Order number 47. Number 47, your order's ready.
And we are back once again, Captn20. So we had a podcast earlier with this guy, and he's a talent buyer, so which means he books DJs and venues. And we all know DJs that are listening want to know, how the hell can I get booked?
Inquiring minds want to know.
So we say, you know what? Let's just ask Captain. Let's do another podcast with him, asking him what the hell does he look for. So, all right, how many venues do you book for right now?
Right now, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a live music venue. So
all
5,
in Detroit, right?
Yeah, all in Detroit.
All in Detroit, 5 venues. You're in charge of putting talent and having music in every single venue all week.
Yeah.
Multiple days a week, I'm guessing, for some of these.
Friday,
venues.
Saturday, and sometimes Sunday, and sometimes Thursdays.
And do you have just a roster of DJs that you go to, or do you look for new?
Yeah, I mean, I have
Is there a lot of DJs in Detroit?
There's a lot of DJs in Detroit, but there are not a lot of guys or girls that I feel like understand the culture so much. Okay. I mean, for me, for the way I run my business is more about, like I was saying earlier, like I'm looking for good people before I'm looking for good DJs. Yeah. And now it's tougher to find well-rounded DJs that understand the business that you can kind of put in any room and make sure that they don't shit the bed or ruin the relationship you have with the client. So I think,
because you don't want to get that phone call like, yo, this piece of shit was drunk and cussing out the manager.
Exactly.
See, we talked about this before too. It's like, dude, like
it's harder than people think, and and then on top,
obviously, let's not take away you still have to be a good DJ.
You still have to be a good DJ,
but being a good person and being able to let you sleep at night without you waking up the next morning getting yelled at is just as important.
And also knowing your boundaries and respecting the role they're in too. So, when guys get too antsy and then get greedy or get an ego, and then they think that
they feel like they deserve more money,
go into your own accounts and try to take your own business from you. That's the problem. It's like when the student becomes the teacher kind of.
Have you had to cut off and fire a lot of guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But where I'm from, they get worse treatment than just getting cut out of gigs, bro.
That's a D, man.
Yeah, they'll get hurt. But, that's the nature of the business. Like, we've all been in scenarios where there's like people we might mentor or whatever, and then they grow. There's a difference. I feel like in other cities, I haven't seen it to this point where it's like everyone is so cutthroat. It's definitely the business in general is becoming way more cutthroat than I've ever seen it.
Ever.
But I think that just there's that understanding is like, yo, man, I'm putting you on. Like, this is where we go back to earlier, how I was saying, like, now there are tons of great local DJs, way better than me in many markets, that can crush it. But it's you're taking doors that we've already opened, and you're going in there and saying, well, I can do what this guy does for way cheaper. Instead of how we used to do it, which was go into venues that didn't have shit going on and create a night. And create something that we took ownership of.
Right.
So now it's kind of like, FAED and Dlux are here. Let me call this guy up. Let me be homies with them and then infiltrate their fucking network of people. It's become very very shady. So
it really happens.
So I mean, from like a local level, it's really just building relationships with DJs and artists that I can connect with as a person, that I know have a good work ethic, that I know are professional, that their egos aren't bigger than their eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
And how do you find talent?
I mean, just it's
because a lot of DJs don't know how to even meet someone like you.
Right.
So how would someone, a DJ, if I don't know anyone, how do I even get to know you?
There are it's like connecting with other guys that I might be affiliated with. So, asking around like, yo, how do I get to this guy? Or what's this dude's deal? Because also, too, for us, also being an entertainer, I'm projecting a different image of myself. So like I might look unapproachable or standoffish or maybe arrogant or whatever. But when you don't know the Nick person, you're going to be like, oh, this guy's a dick. I'm not going to talk to him.
Yeah.
But really, if you knew me, you'd be like, oh, this guy's awesome. That, You know what I mean? I just said I was awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Not narcissistic.
You just called yourself awesome.
3 things so far today that made me a narcissist.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're fucking full of yourself.
Just find me at narcissist.com. Profile. thick
This
steel.
episode got the hair down.
Hair down, yeah.
Sunglasses still on.
That's right. It's serving it up.
Oh man.
It's
So
really
you are approachable. And do you pay attention to like, let's say
Everything.
there's a DJ and he is making a name for himself. Like maybe you like, oh, how do I get to this dude?
Yeah, I mean, my best advice is like I've walked in. So I'll take a night off, or if I have a night off, which is rare, thank God. But like sometimes I just need to take a night off to go hear other DJs. I think any DJ will say some of the best advice is sometimes you have to go listen to other DJs.
Dude, seriously.
And I think part of it is just seeing how they are acting in their environment. Like, I mean, I've taken on it like over the last 10 years. Like my whole attitude has changed towards DJing in general. But if you're stuck in a city and you don't get out of that city, you kind of just get complacent. And so I'll walk into venues and just because it's slow, the dude will be up there on his phone, just fucking eating fucking tater tots in one hand, texting his girl in the other hand and letting some shit play. It only takes one person. You don't know who's in that room.
You don't know
ever.
the scouts.
Ever. You don't
The
know who's
scouts
in that
could
room.
be in the room.
Yeah.
That's true, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That was like the biggest thing for me that I learned. And then too was also like, you know,
No, I had a situation like that. Let me cut you off real quick. I had a
Yeah.
situation where I was really hungover one time, right? And it was like an easy night in Vegas. I was like, all right. It was like, I forgot what gig. It was years ago. And I was so sluggish. And this is back when I was like, I kind of let myself go. I was overweight, just felt like shit, unhappy, depressed, the whole nine, right?
Bonbons.
And how we talked about how health and fitness and stuff really changes your mindset and it improves your
Absolutely.
fucking work.
100%.
You feel, you look good, you feel good, you feel good.
You'd
play
sit in
good,
bathtubs
play good,
naked
play
and
good.
shit, you know?
That whole shit. And it turns out there was this DJ that was like a big, like, I don't want to say fan, but he looked up to me, right? And I didn't know he was in there, and I'm over there just like, oh, easy night. I'm not drinking. I'm just like checked out, right? Like we all have nights like that.
Sure.
Checked out. And then he told me like years later when I became his friend, he told me, and I was like, oh shit.
You crushed his dreams that night.
You never know who's in a room. Like this guy's really like impressed with my career and what I'm doing, and he's looking at me up there just like a sluggish bum loser, and I'm like, it sucks.
It's kind of like
Like,
growing
you
up
really-
eating Wheaties, and then Bruce Jenner's on a
think
box of
we all
Wheaties,
went-
and then you're
So,
kind of
ever
like,
since
what
then,
happened now?
Yeah, that's true. Oh
We've
my
all
God.
been through that.
So ever
man.
since then, I just
Shit.
ever since then, I just kind of get drunk and have fun.
Yeah.
If that's what it costs, like
Yeah.
for me
Well,
to have
you know,
a hangover the next day, then that's so
I
bad.
was like the guy who was known to be on my phone smoking a cigarette.
Oh, this
Fat
guy,
as fuck.
bro.
But you
back
know
in
what?
the
But
day,
you-
he'd be stiff. Wouldn't even bob his head. Just he'd be killing it.
Yeah.
But he just stand there like a.
But you
fucking-
guys look like you're having fun.
now.
Yeah,
and
now
that's
I'm
the thing.
having, no, I'm really
No,
having
we
fun
do.
now, though.
But I'm saying there's some like that was a one time where I was like just not feeling it, and that the one guy that was like looking
He
forward
could have been
to hearing
Diddy.
my
He
set
could have been.
was in
He
there.
could have been Diddy.
Could have been Diddy.
I mean, like,
I have a bad Diddy story one, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah, a bad Diddy.
Tell us.
The time I was doing the Ciroc launch at this janky ass venue in Detroit, and we did the production for it too. So all the audio and video and everything, and they had us tap into their main power. And you know how he's never on time, so 45 minutes, an hour go by. He was supposed to be there. Everyone's getting restless. I'm DJing. I'm waiting for him to come up on stage. He gets up there. Everyone's going in. He's like, drop that hot shit right now. Drop the hottest shit in
my
Detroit.
God.
Or then he was like, play It's All About the Benjamins. So as soon as I like went in, I turned up the volume, like 2 or 3 bars in, the fucking power goes out. All the audio, everything fucking stops.
oh my God.
Yeah.
And of course, obviously everyone's looking at me.
Of
about
course.
it. Yeah.
Every
They blame
time
the
it's the
DJ.
DJ's fault.
So it's my fault.
I had a bad Diddy story too. And
Did
I
you?
remember you set me up because you talked to him. You're like, yo, my boy Five's doing the party. He was hosting. He came in with French Montana. And it was easy. It was an easy night at Tao. And then Swiss Beats pulled up.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
And I was like, dude, which is still like a
Swiss
regular night
fuck-
for me.
yeah.
But then he goes, yo, we're going to do a Diddy hit and a Swiss hit. Back and forth. I'm like, bro.
That's a lot to remember, bro.
That's a lot, dude.
So I was like, oh man, I was stressing out, sweating.
How did
But
it go?
I kept playing Pop That. It was like the hottest song at the time. I was like,
All right, pop that and repeat.
oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
He kept looking at me like,
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Oh,
but
my
yeah,
bad.
okay,
Yeah.
let's get back on.
Yeah. That happens a lot with me.
So let's just quick recap. So
Yeah.
obviously you got to be a good DJ, but
Gotta be a good
you
DJ.
have to be a great person and
Yeah.
be able to know how to handle yourself in a club, not be a
Exactly.
psychopath and like yell at managers for requesting a song
Exactly.
because he needs a presentation because someone, God forbid, spent a lot of money on this bottle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can't be like
it's
that,
gonna mess
especially-
up your
yeah.
set because
Yeah.
you just went
Yeah.
up tempo and he wants it down tempo.
You have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah, a lot of patience.
And you actually get that training from Vegas.
100%.
You know?
Vegas changed the whole way that I
Towels,
DJ.
Lavo,
Everything.
Hyde, like
Vegas has us like brainwashing the way we DJ because sometimes we'll go to different rooms and I feel like, oh my God, there's not enough energy.
Yeah.
I'm so brainwashed
Yeah.
with this whole energy concept.
Exactly.
And I'm
Exactly.
like, the room's fine. No one's complaining.
Yeah.
People are like chilling,
Yeah.
but there's no energy. And I'm like freaking out, like, fuck, I suck.
For
you
sure.
start drinking
It's
and
cra-
all is
dude,
good.
That's it.
It really, really has us brainwashed. It's a whole different beast.
But it does. It made me a completely different DJ too. Like just coming from Detroit, like what we were mentioning earlier, like starting in the house and techno scene and like being even opening for talent back then, like long progressive blends, you know, like none of this, like the idea of like 8 bars, 4 bars. We were writing blends for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it was very progressive, and then like very just like taking people on a journey, and then you're setting the room up right for the opener. I was opening for EDM DJs in Vegas, and the buyers were like, "All right, we'll play open format." I'm like, "What do you mean play open format?" I'm opening for like legendary electronic DJs, and they're like, "No, we want you to play open format," and then
until they go on. Yeah.
to 30 minutes, 20 minutes before go into like, you know, electronic. And it was mind-boggling to me. But it's like the room is a different room. But before the headliner, it turns over 2 times, 3 sometimes
and the
3
client, the bottle spenders are the most important people in that room. And whatever they say, you have to have the patience to just do
Yeah.
it.
So I mean, I think
Even if it fucks our setup, it
you
makes
have
us
to.
look like terrible DJs, which it does all the time.
Yeah.
Bro,
'Cause
like-
you go up tempo for one song and then they make you
Yep.
bring it down. Oh, 30 seconds, the bottle's coming out. You gotta play this.
it's like
I'm
they have
oh my
it's like
God.
they have a fucking tether on you. Like
Yeah.
just fucking as soon as you
Like you're
get
playing like the hottest, like you're playing, say like I'm playing Pop That. That's Pop That.
Yeah.
And then the request comes in for a giant Magnum.
Yeah.
And they want to hear On a Boat. Out of nowhere, out of Pop That. You got to play On the
Yeah,
Boat.
even if you're like just into
And
the
you're
you
like,
gotta figure it
fuck
out.
that pussy, bitch. All right, I'm on the boat.
Or you get out right before the best part of the track
Yeah,
and
they're
motherfuckers
like
throwing
looking at you
shit
like,
at
we
you.
were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, life of a DJ.
Yeah,
but
it's
yeah,
crazy.
so Captain, thank you
Hey,
for sharing
thank
that
you guys
advice.
again,
you,
man.
sir.
Appreciate
And
it.
if you are in the Detroit area or Milwaukee or anywhere, like approach him. He's fine.
Yeah,
He
you can get
doesn't
like
bite.
emails
Approachable.
and DMs now, eh?
yeah,
Yeah.
Let's look for the hair down.
Yeah, DM him. He could,
Hit him
could
up.
probably get you some gigs.
Cold call
Thanks,
him.
guys.
We just blew your spot
Oh,
up.
that's awesome.
Love you, bro.
Perfect. Love
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Thank you,
Thanks for
man.
having me.